Use magic day and night. In the forest where giants roam, you the bravest, always there. Turning world into a home. Kindness floating through the air. Fears dissolve when you walks by. Mountains echo his delight. With his touch the flowers fly. Every day feels just right. When life's lonely and skies are gray, call on you, he's on his way. Snapping fingers make smiles still stay, bringing colors to your day. Filling hearts with joy and light. No, there's nowhere to hide from Q's magic day and night. And the snappies turning tides, filling hearts with joy and light. No, there's nowhere to hide from Q's magic day and night. In the forest where giants roam, filling hearts with joy and light. No, there's nowhere to hide from Q's magic day and night. In the forest where giants roam, you the bravest, always there. Turning world into a home. Kindness floating through the air.
Would help if I unmuted my mic, wouldn't it? Welcome in, everybody. It's Sunday. Now the weekend is wrapping up. That's okay. Even with the weekend wrapping up, we can still have a good time. We can still talk Star Trek Leaky Man. And this year, proud to say, International Women's Day, Interdimensional Women's Day is actually worth celebrating. The reason I say that, for those that don't remember, go back in your Wayback Machine if you were here. Last year, it was just selling packs. That's the only way we celebrate International Women's Day. This time around, you actually get a free officer. Pretty dope, right? Yay. Doesn't like free, F-R-E-E. That spells free. Creditreport.freeofficer.com, baby. Yeah, it's great. Like, we like that. That's the way to collect it here on my low-level accounts. You can see it too. Look, full Giorgio, and then 5 of the new Giorgio. That's pretty cool. Now, of course, are there things that can be purchased? Of course. It's Star Trek Fleet Command. If there aren't things to be purchased, you're in a dream. Wake up. Pinch yourself. Really, you're dreaming. But it is nice that, like, to celebrate, we actually have a celebration. I think that's dope. We actually have gifts and officers. It's nice. So kudos for the actual good things this year. Instead of just like, oh, we'll give you the wonderful international option of buying officers. So kudos to getting it right. It's nice to see. All right, everybody, welcome. Hopefully y'all are having a fantastic weekend. And we'll start off with questions, comments, answers, etc. And we'll just go from there. I have fallen behind, and there's good reason for that. Honestly, a lot of my off time that was normally leveling up accounts has been spending time with the family. I think that's okay. I think everybody will give me a little bit of a pass, but when you see my battle pass and go, Rev, you've missed like 3 days. That's why. Not that I haven't played every day. It's just I've been focusing on the work version of the play, not the play version of the play. And yeah, sometimes you just let things slide when you're having fun. So, nobody get on to me. Rev's not quitting the game. No, just spend time with the kids and family. All right. So speaking of, I'm going to go ahead and collect all these and have everybody make fun of how far behind I am. I actually don't know if I want to finish the battle pass. We'll see. But I'm only at 37,000 points. That's way behind. I think most of y'all are at rung 12, I think now. Milestone 12. But hey, it's all good. Are there any plans for a 4-star scrapping video in the near future? I mean, besides what I've already made, or are you wanting like all of G4? I was not planning on doing one for all of G4, but there is one I'm going to make about the Enterprise D using the Enterprise A via the Jelly Scrap Loop to basically give a free Enterprise D. That's going to be a fun video, but I wasn't doing one on general CC, or I'm sorry, TJ confused me. I wasn't doing one on general 4-star. So, at least you spent your loot from last month's event store. Yeah, definitely. I'm not going to miss that. But if you're not a spender, you can't miss an event store. I'll just tell you that. No, if you are out there and you don't spend, you better get. I don't care if the event store is only 180,000 loot. You need everything you can get. So that's what I did as well. So that's cool because on this low level account, look, I got 2 fleet commanders. Isn't that neato? Sure, maybe I'm still not that strong, but that's not the point. I got 2 fleet commanders, and that's pretty cool. So that's dope. Steve, good to see you. Welcome in. Let's see what buildings I can upgrade. Honestly, not much. Getting to where I need to go 30 now. Go 30 plus. All right, let's see. And no, TJ, I didn't because I don't work with that person. I don't communicate with that person. All right, let's see. Good to see you, Werner. Ballybomb, always wanting his mirror vouchers. Welcome in. Ballybomb, how are you, my friend? You were around last night, but you were only halfway around. So, now, any top spot for me in this SLBs or SMS? SLB, I think you're in 137th place. So this was, for those who were here with us on Twitch yesterday, we were playing War Thunder, but I was talking about STFC, and I was saying that, you know, on my main account, which we're not on right now, I was thinking about going to 60 this week. Nope, not with this leaderboard. Now, you'll see it here in a bit if y'all stay for, you know, more than the first 30 minutes of the stream. But I'll just go ahead and tell you what that one's at. I gotta sneeze. Oh, gosh. Sorry about that. That one's currently at 114 million, and it was last night for first place as a level 56. Yeah, I'm not going for that one. So we're postponing my going to 60 and picking up the Enterprise D until this upcoming weekend, which does change around my video schedule a little bit, which is a little annoying, but you know what? I'm not going to compete with people who are willing to put 200 million down on an officer. I'm not. I don't know if that makes me a bad person or not, but I'm not willing. So we'll be playing some catch up on that, and we'll be postponing that for a week, but I think that's fine. I don't think people really mind too much. I don't think there's many people out there who really care when I go to 60, so it's just about me. Jay says they're at 11th now, free play. That's awesome, Jason. I'm glad. I'm happy that you're able to do that. Sebastian, thank you for the blessings. Appreciate you. And Sean, good to see you. Welcome on in. Verna, good to see you as well. But yeah, I mean, on this account, this will be a little bit easier. I might spend some here. Sleep in my eye. Stuck right in the corner. Anyway, I'm still not sure what the overall plan on this account is. I've been talking about wanting to have an account in the 30s, right? So that obviously is going to happen. But where I go from there, I still haven't decided. Like, do I take it in the 40s? Do I just leave it at like 34, 39, just to maintain that relative understanding of where the game is at? I don't know yet. I might actually push it up to G4 to cover, you know, the content that is new releasing. I'm still undecided. But for now, y'all can continue to enjoy the account where it's at, you know, level 9. And let's see, is there a crystal node? There is right there. So I was curious. Yeah, I do my dailies. I get them dailies in. Leave it at 39 forever. Yeah. I mean, honestly, there is an argument for that, right? There's an argument for that. My whole goal of this account was to have a lower level account where I can familiarize myself where the lower levels are at and what the game is like, etc. And I'm definitely getting that experience. So I don't know. I feel like it's serving its purpose. It's doing its job, which I guess is good. I'm glad you didn't miss your event store currency. Yeah, definitely not. But again, there's just some things that like I don't feel like I can afford to miss. So I make sure I go after. You know, it's just about priorities. I know plenty of VIPs who don't care about the event store at all. Like they don't turn it in. They don't bother. It's not worth their time to do the clicks. It just depends on who you're at or where you're at in terms of in the game. And that's fine. For me, though, it's very important to the event store. Very, very important. Rename the account to John Connor, leave it at 39. Well, if you remember, Dolores, John Connor went above 39. Unless we'd be doing it in honor of John Connor. So, yeah, he went to 39. I know you probably come here. He doesn't really come around anymore. We actually don't know where he's at. I think he left the game. He just up and left. But, yeah, he left 39 and then left the game. So I think that tells us everything we need to know, actually. You leave 39, just want to quit the game. Is there much difference between the 53 and 56 in terms of 4-star ship parts? Are you asking in terms of upgrade cost? If so, then the answer is yes. The 46s are more expensive than the 42s. You said 53 and 56 in terms of 4-star. Are you talking about events? In terms of event payouts? I mean, yeah, when you go into G5, it's for the most part dried up, and that doesn't really change. Like, you're not going to just get more at 56 and you're getting at 53. Now, you still have options with like the Gorn Eviscerator, you have options with the Voyager and stuff like that, and to get some of those parts. But as you go into G5, that dries up, and then as you go into G6, some of your G5 dries up. So, if you consider having an account at the bottom of the range when all these special ships loops are being rolled out, well, that's the thing, TJ. I have to level up accounts to get them there. So, while yes, I've considered it, it's a lot of work to do that. And you know as well, I mean, everybody here knows how hard it is to manage multiple accounts and to be playing them full time. And since I can't afford to pay to put an account, say at 40 and then keep it there, because not that I'm trying to say people who spend are lazy or anything, but spending is definitely the easier way to maintain an account's viability at a certain level. I do it the time way with most of my accounts. The only account that gets any level of money is the one that Scopely gives the battle pass to and the officers to, well, the rare officers to, on the 56 account. That makes that one a bit easier. But like on this account, it's grinding it all out. Now, I did buy the extra builder and extra researcher, but that's it. So it takes a lot of time to get up there. It's a lot of work. You know, yes, I talk all the time about the game is definitely improved, and what I'm saying now is hopefully not being interpreted as the opposite of that. Like, I'm not trying to be, you know, contradictory to what I've said before. I mean, I definitely think it's dramatically improved, but even this account I've been doing for months. Now, I'm at a point now where it took me, I think the first time I went to level 30, it was about 2 years, right? And I've slow paced this one in a few months. Very slow paced. So, I mean, yeah, it's drastically increased, but it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. All right, let's go hit this. We'll try to get my beam and stuff done as well as do my hostile event, because it is a grind hostile. Yeah, grind hostile. How to work jelly farm if parts stop coming? Well, the jelly pays for its own parts. Now, again, Eviscerator, Voyager can help you get the parts you need depending on the tiers. And that's what I'm currently doing on my 56 account, is relying heavily on the Eviscerator. For one, you also still have your Bajor refinery and such. There are ship parts dispersed around to claim. Your events stop with the ship parts. But if you get the ISS jelly profitable, it pays for itself, right? It provides its own ship parts. So the key is really getting it profitable, which is obviously something we've been talking about for a while now. Turning the ISS jelly into a farm. You can do that in the low 40s if you are really focusing in on the efficiency researches. So everybody, if y'all have not checked that out, strongly encourage. Not many of my videos that I have, especially older videos, that I'll just tell people, make sure you go watch that if you haven't already. You need to go watch that video if you haven't, about the ISS jelly scrap. It is incredibly important to helping make your G5 experience easier, and it would strongly, I mean, even your G4 experience easier. So check out the first upgrade ship scoring bucket or the ship upgrade SLB event. I'm assuming you want me to look at it on the 56 account, not on this account, because I doubt this account has what you're talking about. But let's go see ship upgrade. Oh, it's not ship upgrade. This is the limited time building and research, and the artifact. And the artifact. Oh, specialty ships. All right, so let me look over here. Okay, yeah, so you're talking about the big event. I mean, it's just tier up cats. It's just tier up catalyst and proto matter. Tier up cats and proto matter. I mean, nothing fancy. All right. About to tackle your first G6 epic solo? Go for it. You got this. Chrono, good to see you. Welcome in, my friend. How are you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Ooh, anomalous phenomenon. We got to do that today as well. Yeah, let's do that the easy way. Do your anom phenom the easy way. That's what Mama always taught us. That. All right, that's greater. Go do that in. What 34 epic gaming for? Enterprise. Enterprise. Yeah, I mean, I might be a Klingon guy, but there's just something about the Enterprise. Just something about a ship called Enterprise that will have my heart for the forever. Did that despawn? Oh my Lanta. That hostile despawned. I hate this game so much. That hostile literally despawned. You liquor of lint. Cannot stand this game sometimes. All right. Hope you enjoyed your weekend. I was up until that very moment. Up until that moment and the hostile despawned, I was having a great time. But now it is ruined. Everything in my life is ruined now. Quite a bummer. All righty. That's great. Fantastic. Why are you over there now? Got all things breaking in this game. Got all things breaking. First event bucket is an all German or something? I don't mind. Nope. No German. Oh, I like German. German's cool. No German on mine. You click on how to score. No. German. No German. I don't have any German, Bally Bomb. Sorry to disappoint, man. I got no German. I believe you, but I don't have it. I looked. Used my eyes, and surprisingly they work. They don't work very far, right? Like, the distance is not my friend. But in terms of close up, I got you. See very well close. Make sure they'll remember the name Enterprise. Something like that, Mihai. Exactly. Right? And I've said it before. If those are the type of goals you have in this game, you should embrace them. Those are the type of player goals I think that keep people invested in far more than anything in the game will. I typed something in my alliance real quick. Don't ask what it was. It was a compliment. Randomly. That's what I do. All right. Tired of trying to grind Sigma speed up so close to the Velox? Hey, Bally Bomb does that grind, so you could do that grind too. Everybody grinds for speed ups. Get to it. Take your butt to mirror and enjoy. I command it. It's an order. Yeah, I get it. Grinding can be a pain. Yeah, that's a great way to do your grinding SMS for the day, though, is by grinding speed ups. By grinding speed ups. All right, so we jump there. Go jump here. Use the juice. Use the juice. All right, that miner, hopefully. What is a level 40 player still using a North Star? Man, you see the wildest things on newer servers. A level 40 player using a North Star. I mean, you just don't see that on server 20 anymore. I'll tell you that right now. You just don't see that on server 20. Is it possible for you to discuss station defense one day? Best station defense and best effective efficient defense. Putting up a shield. That's the only answer. Base defense is for the now pretty much a dead mechanic because of multiple primes and things that have come out. The only way to really defend a base is if it's a non-spender, and that's why I've not covered base defense in over a year. I still have videos about it. You can look up the bold base defense. Those officers are still valid. Generally speaking, base defense is dead. Shield or share is the only thing really left. And by the way, Lee, good to see you. Welcome in. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend. But I do still have the bold base defense video if you want to watch it. I mean, you're more than welcome to fight and use those. It still works, but anybody who has purchased some of the primes that have come out, it's irrelevant. So that's where we're at with base defense. That's why I haven't made anything in over a year now. The last thing I made, when did that video come out? I will Google it real quick. Because even I forgot when I made that video. Let's see. Bold Rev. Yeah, that came out 2 years ago. And those officers are all still valid. You know, there are a couple things you can slot in, but generally speaking, those are all still very valid. But because of certain things like prime station delay that have come in, I haven't done anything on base defense since then because I don't know, it's really disheartening that the game would sell fixes to stuff like that. So that's why I stopped. Burn up all your mirror entries. Oh, wow. J-Watch, you need vouchers now too? Gosh, you and Bally Bomb, the first people I've ever seen who run out of vouchers. You and Bally Bomb. Makes me proud that I've got two of the most diehard players in the game in this chat right now. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. That's heckin' dope. Everyone needs more vouchers, apparently. Apparently you're not alone. Everybody needs more vouchers. Good afternoon, Omicron. Welcome in. Welcome in, good sir. Where's one I haven't visited before? Just as an opportunity to visit these systems. All right, what we got? Beam loaded, beam fired. There we go. Now we got some juice. Trying to get our Borg juices in. Server 11, good to see you. Welcome in. So Jay Watts, I think that's awesome. I mean, obviously it sucks to have burned up your stuff, but I think it's awesome that you're doing that mechanic so much you run out of that mirror voucher currency. I don't think that'll ever happen to me, but I still think it's awesome. Kudos to you. Kudos to you. Hope you're getting what you're looking for, because it is arguably the best way to grind right now, is do it in mirror space for all the rules. In terms of your just normal grinding, do it for the rep, do it for the drops in the boxes. And if you've gotten the Anorax crew, the boxes can be even juicier. Sadly, not for Sigma speed ups, but for a lot of different things can be quite good. Ran out of mirror vouchers when I was rep grinding for 3 weeks, raising my FKR from 30 billion to 500 triple lock. Now I don't go back in. Well, I mean, yeah, I get that. I'll be going in for a long time, but yeah. Res videos are the best. Well, thank you, Detroit Mission Control. That's very kind of you to say. I really appreciate it. I think you're biased because you're here. But you know what? It's very kind to say. And being kind is important. More people should be kind. Thank you. That's very, very kind of you to say. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're having a great weekend. Hope you're having a great weekend. All right, let's get this cube in. Where's that one I'm beaming? All right. Would you do it in mirror with Anorax for boxes or for full loot for rep? Depends, Mihai. I mean, you could 2-ship it. Generally, if I'm going for rep, I bring just a rep crew, right? Which right now, the best rep crew, depending on how strong your NSEA is, would be Enterprise E, Picard, Enterprise E Data, and then Rachel Garrett. But I generally will go in with a loot crew, mixed in with a little bit of power, and take it from there. Didn't I already beam something? I could have sworn I started a beam already. But a lot of it depends on where your ship is at, whether you're using the NSEA or using, your FKR ship. It's just, for me, comes down to what's more valuable for you. So what I mean by that is, like, when I'll do my grinding, my goal is to get as much as I can in as short of a time as I can. A lot of people try to maximize their time in mirror, which is completely fine. That means running the best hostile crew you can, right? I typically will run a loot crew knowing I'll sacrifice some of my time. Like, I won't be able to spend the entire 27.5 minutes I have in there, because I don't want to spend 27 minutes grinding. So I will go with, okay, what's going to give me the most that I can get in, say, 10 minutes? So I'll run a pure loot crew, have my exocomps active, and I'll get several 100 million, and I'll be happy. But it just really depends on what you want and what you like. What you want and what you like. Would it be Dane on Protector? If you have Dane, yes. Dane is fantastic to add onto your Protector. Not everybody has him yet, but he is awesome if you have him and are using your Protector. He being if you have it. Right. Now, I do think that Rachel Garrett's going to be a great synergy on Enterprise E Picard with full synergization is, pretty sure I'll double check, make sure she's right. But I mean, that's going to bring it up to 140%, which is quite nice on just a regular ship like a Sanctus or a Cube or something like that. But who sells that crew? What crew, Scott? You don't have to be specific. Do the triples aboard probes amount needed keep going up every time you chip at the Vidar? Yes. Yes. Yes, indeedy. Ron Sharon adds 1.1 billion rep, 145 to 150 kills per hole. And see, that's where I don't do that, Jay Watts. Not that I'm not saying that's an effective strat. I just don't want to, I just did say what they are, Scott. I don't want to do 150 hits. So you're being efficient in terms of hull health. I'm trying to be efficient in terms of points per hit. Two different ways to approach it. So, what crew do you use, Jay Watts? Here are the class. Just because, and I'm not saying that your crew is wrong in any way. I'm just saying that for me, I don't want to do 180 hits. Even with the Kishara, I hate that. Like, I've never, y'all have heard me talk about this before. I hate grinding. Hate it. I don't do it. It's not my thing. So I do whatever I can to be as efficient as possible in a short time. Right? There was a time where that kind of paired together. Pipe and Row Chin, kind of put everything together for a while. But now I use a lot of loot crews like Enterprise E Data on the side. Enterprise E Picard is captain, and then 5 of 11. Or if I'm on the Protector, Dane. Right? So trying to get as much loot as possible, regardless of, you know, everything else. But that's me. Jay Watt saying he used Enterprise E Picard, Enterprise E Data, DeMarco. Why Gwen DeMarco? Jay Watts. Why Gwen DeMarco? You're losing me on the DeMarco part. Where's Gwen? Gwen. Losing me on the DeMarco part. Because Mirror's not an invading entity. You're losing me on the DeMarco. Something I'm finding right now is I'm using the Protector to hit the level 61 Mirror to get the broken parts. I'm preparing to go into G6, and I like having the bigger cargo on my Protector. That's smart, Daggerop. Yeah, that's smart. And that, yeah, depending on, maybe you use your event store currency on Beryllium Spheres. But, get you more on Beryllium Spheres. Maybe you have a higher tier than I do. Because, I mean, you can get a very big NSEA Protector, right? Mine's still not quite large. I need to go do the pulls on it. There are days I don't hit all my refines. I think that happens to most of us. I think I'm at tier 8. Let me go look. See where I'm at. Heading to tier 9. Yeah, I'm at tier 8 heading to tier 9 now. So, let's see. I think I'm 3 gun upgrades from tier 9. So, it's more kills and testing per hull. That doesn't make much sense, Jay Watts. That doesn't make much sense. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying it doesn't make any sense. I'm assuming you're using Spock's Club to calculate your kills. Like 2/3 of my event store on spheres. My Protector is now tier 10. And see, tier 10, tier 11, when you start getting in the range where you're expected to really have it around G6, that becomes a very, very viable strat. And would argue the Protector may, for many of you, be a primary grinder up in upper G5. I don't know if I'd say lower G6, but for the sake of Mirror, lower G6. Very good. All right, 1000% agree, though. Mirror boxes, Enterprise A got me to do it. Painful 6-week grind. Painful. Yeah. And see, I can give good advice, but that doesn't mean I'm going to follow the advice. One of the other issues about me leveling up right now, like when I'm going to go to 60s, I don't have the rep to go to 60, right? I know we don't have the account up right now, but my Klingon rep is 8 billion, 7.6 Klingon, and 6.4 Fed. I need to go do a lot more grinding, right? Because I need 10 billion. So even though I'm talking about, you know, going to 60, right now, the only thing that happens if I go to 60 is I'm stuck. Like, I can't do anything. So, jelly scrapping still worth it? Which, I mean, yeah, absolutely. The ISIS jelly loop is absolutely fantastic. TJ says, in 1 hour in Mirror Terex, they hit 417 level 68 survey ships, resulting in the following loot: 125 hours and 15 minutes of Sigma speedups, and 181 hours of Sigma repair speedups. And I think that's amazing. Like, that is fantastic. In terms of, like, bang for your buck, value in the game, that is wonderful. And I love that you've gotten it. Now, as you just said, would I do that grind? No. But I think it's important for people to know that that exists. Yeah, I'm just not willing to put in that level of time. Not at one time, I would say. Would I be willing to hit 400 hostiles? Yeah, just not in an hour. Like, I don't want to just sit there and all I'm doing is just clicking for an hour. Again, that's just me. I think it's great for players to be able to see that that's an option and go after it, especially the G6 players, because we are getting more and more of them. Right, we're over, I think we're right at 12,000 G6 players now, and Sigma speedups are a huge bottleneck for a lot of y'all. So it's great to have that as an option. It's actually surprising that you can do that, given Scopely's history of, you know, I'm probably not gonna like the word I'm gonna use, being stingy when it comes to those things. I mean, the fact that that is so grindable, kind of surprising, but good if you can take advantage of it. How we get to 500 billion rep without grinding? Well, to be honest with you, Erwin, it's gotten a lot easier. For example, don't forget the DTI faction, the Terran faction. All these are increasing the amount of rep you get. My ability to get rep is far easier now than it was just a year ago or 2 years ago. So much easier. Right? And I'm not saying that I don't have to do some grinding. I do. But if you remember, what was it? 2 months ago with the Terran Empire event, I threw in like 4 billion Federation rep in minutes, right? Because of the new abilities that exist now. So just where we're at in the game, it's getting easier to do that. Did I finish this? I think I did. Yeah, I did. All right. It's getting easier to do the rep without having to do all those kills. So the big thing for me though is you're not getting that same relief for Sigma speed ups yet. So if you are approaching Sigma, you do still need that. But all right, make sure I got those 2 main events done. Good. And season passes. I need the Trailblazer, and we have one in 4.5 hours. If anybody is out there, please remind me in 4.5 hours to do that territory, because I am way behind on those points. Somebody please remind me in 4 hours. I know it's a lot to ask, but I'm a terrible player at the game. Please remind me. Greatly appreciate it. Talking about you, my friend? Yeah, I'm glad you're talking about me. But here's my factions, where we're at. So because we're talking about it. So this is where my reps currently. But if you remember, the Terran faction. I'm sorry, not the Terran faction, the DTI faction. Though I do need to claim this real quick. Remember, you have this button down here, the encrypted exchange. I currently have it set to Federation and Klingon. I have 2.4 billion of the encrypted intelligence. Watch how much I can do at one time. So I got 50 of those. That's 200 million rep. I've got 2 billion and it cost me 200 million each. So that's another, what, 2 billion I can do right now. Now, do I want to do it? No, because I want to get, you want to save that box until you have all 3, because obvious reasons, all 3 at the same time for the same cost. You save that, you want to actually save up that currency, but that right there, you can see that I'm sitting on over 2 billion currency right there, right? Just from the DTI faction. So there's a lot of things that they've been adding in to make that process easier. So a lot of things have been doing to make that process easier. So I'm hopeful that I can do it without the tens of thousands of hours of grinding some of y'all have gone through, but hey, we'll see how it ends up playing out. We need to run more of these formation armadas as well. I need to run more solos, man. Gotta keep up with all the stuff. I need to do more formations. Did I miss something with the ISIS jelly? Possibly, Fabio. I don't know how. We've been talking about scrapping the ISIS jelly for well over a year now, but possible. And if you've not watched that video, that is one of my videos that I recommend that everybody needs to watch. ISS jelly scrapping video. Here, I'll pull it up. ISS jelly scrapping reduce. When did that come out? Oh yeah, I put it out about 6 months ago. But the method's been out longer. This is a must watch. I'll put it in the chat for y'all. In terms of being efficient in G4 and G5, the ISS jelly scrap mechanic has got to be followed as if it was a religious tome. Like, so important. So important. Sean says, I don't think the juice worth the squeeze. Then you're wrong. I'm not being mean, Sean. That's just inaccurate. Like, that's bad. Like, what do I mean by that? ISS jelly scrapping equals free Enterprise D. Not an exaggeration. How is that not worth the squeeze? That doesn't make any sense. Absolutely is. Now, if you're like me and there's just simply something you don't want to put time into, that's fair. Look with me with scrapping. Is the juice worth the squeeze for, you know, what TJ was saying with the boxes? For me, no, because I don't want to invest the time. But the value is there, and I acknowledge the value. But the ISIS jelly scrap is a must for every player. Getting it into a profitable farm will make your G4 and G5 life so much better. Fabio, correct. So there were, and now the ISS jelly, like at level 36, 39, even 40, 41, is still a don't waste your mats. You're not wasting your mats until you get your ship parts efficiency and your mats efficiency to a certain point where the ISS jelly is profitable, as in you get more from scrapping it than you do from investing it. Up until that point, yeah, it's an ignore, because you're not going to you're not using the ISS jelly for anything. Like, you're not taking it out and pew-pewing with it. But you're using it as a material farm and a parts farm. So absolutely a must, in my opinion. It's, if you don't want to invest the time, that's understandable, because this game has so many things that ask you to invest the time in. But that is the most important thing to work on in G4 if you're trying to be a long-term planner, right? It's so good. What's the point, though? How many times I got to repeat the point? I can't tell if you're being facetious. I can't tell if you're being facetious. I struggle so much to retext tone. I can't do it. I think it's a good idea for me to skip the Tribune and go for the Corvus. Nope. As I will continually say, I do not recommend skipping levels of ships. Do not. I do not recommend skipping ships. I do not. I think the MU farming is a better use of my time for the parts. It doesn't make any sense, Sean. You're not getting as much parts. That doesn't make any sense. Sean, you're not making sense. Sean, use logic. You're not making any sense. The mirror farming cannot give you what the ISS jelly is. Cannot. Two completely different things. Now, is mirror farming good? Absolutely. They don't have anything to do with each other. Two different things. Why male models? I have no idea what you're talking about, Dagger. Oh, what's that point? Oh, Rob, watch the video. There's the link to the video for your minimums. Here you go. That video covers the minimum amount you need for efficiencies for both sets. And it's obtainable right now at level, because of new things that have come in. Free-to-play can start doing that, I think, at level 42. When I made the video, it was level 44. So, definitely obtainable by most people in the stream right now. The Zoolander reference? Ah, sorry. You know how I am with social media and, culture references. I'm a fail. I'm not the guy you take to the, what do you call those at the bar? Trivia nights? If it's culture trivia night, no. If you have random culture stuff from like early 20th century, sure. If you need the guy who actually knows about, world wars, I'm your guy, right? If you need people who know what Prussia is, and all that, I got you. Football, I got you. But culture, like who was in what movie, and nope, I'm gonna be terrible teammate. Terrible. It's a pain to max an ISS jelly the first time around, but after scrapping it, it's free to max more. Yeah, the first time you scrap an ISS jelly, you immediately pay for the next ISS jelly, right? And if you get it to where I've gotten it, I can actually, if I scrap one ISS jelly, I can then afford to do 2 more ISS jellies. That's just because my numbers have gotten so high. So with that, I'm able to, like I said, I've got a max Enterprise A that I didn't have to really grind for at all. Now the Enterprise A is waiting to be scrapped, and that's going to give me what I need for the Enterprise D. All thanks to the ISS jelly, right? And I can do another Enterprise A. Like, I'm ready to do another one. Like, it's the path to the free D, which is why right here I build ISS jellies still when I get them from Armada boxes and stuff, so that I can then go through the process again. And when I'm in G6, will I be doing that? We'll see how G5 scrapping turns out, maybe. But yeah, it's one of the best tips, tricks that a free-to-play or light spinner can take advantage of in the game today. So good. So good. With Section 31 Giorgio, officer ability, good for solo waves. So Section 31 Giorgio has 2 abilities that I like. You have, he is in Strange New Worlds. Strange New Worlds. Pull her up so everybody can see her. There she is. So her officer ability is incredibly useful in solo waves with the Apex Shred. With that said, so is her below deck ability. Hate Apex Shred. I really do. I hate Apex Shred. But yes, short answer, mixing this in with your Strange New World group will be very good in solo waves. Yes. Very, very much so. I should actually go do a solo wave today because I got the crew set up already. I'm gonna go ahead and do that with y'all here. Hey, look, there's the ISS jelly. I just built another one that needs to get leveled so I can scrap it. The leveling part's a real pain unless you just want to dump platinum in. But Texas systems. Overnight in Texas systems. Overnight in Texas systems. All right. Grab 2 of those jellies. You have 3 ISS jellies are nice. Hey, I'll tell you what the ISS jelly's nice for. Let's just be real. We want the ISS jelly for the skin, right? You look at this, go, oh, that's pretty. I mean, it is a pretty ship, but one of the best skins in the game, USS Constellation skin. I know there's some original series fans out there. Where are the TOS fans at? Come on, TOS fans, speak up. Tell me you like it. Hate that. Tell me you like it, right? Look at that skin. Come on. Come on. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. And if you got your Enterprise A with the damaged skin, you got 2 damaged Federation ships in here, which is pretty cool. So battling another ISS jelly, 12 more blueprints. Just can't get any more. And the Armada chests aren't treating you well, Samo, are you? By the way, how are you feeling? How are you feeling, Samo? I hope you're feeling well. Hope you're feeling better. Good to see you. I've also got the sniffles. All right, I'm gonna come in here. We're gonna do one of these together. In shop needs updating. It does, Chatter. 100% correct. You, sir, are a gentleman and a scholar. You recognize this pain point. 100% agree. All right, so I'm gonna get these two in. We're going to put all over them. Yep, there we go. And we shall recall this. Bring this in. That'll be our group. We'll run with this. This should do us well. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to pay a smidge less attention to chat while this is running, obviously, but we can do it together. I'm not even maxed on efficiency, and I get 28,000 net parts. My first jelly finishes in a few days. That's awesome, BJ. That's awesome. All right, we get that. That. Where's the other one? There it is. There they are on the sides. It's in the slow cube, because it is slow. I love it, but man, need a little bit more hit my giddy up. I do have the Kishar, which does make it a little bit easier as well. Now, if you're using the community mod, you can zoom out even further than I'm zooming. I don't use the community mod. A great tool, though. If you have that, you can zoom out even further than what I'm currently doing, making it a little bit easier. A little bit easier. Remember the fourth wave, I think, is the hardest if you're doing G5 or G6 because they spawn right here. Now, the fifth wave punches the hardest, but the fourth wave, I think, is the hardest based on where they spawn. So, we need them to add Epic Gas and order the events. Only Crystal events have it. Yeah, I don't know if you've caught it before, so I'll just repeat it. That is set up that way because that's how the Battle Pass is and always has been. I'm not saying that it should stay that way forever, but I'm simply saying that I just want people to know they're not missing anything. Like, they're not getting less than what they were getting before, what I'm saying. So, yes, I agree. It'd be nice to have the option for all three. But the reason it is that way is just because that's what the Battle Pass has always paid out. And I think people just didn't notice it because the Battle Pass was the Battle Pass. You weren't actually choosing the rewards. You just clicked it, you accepted, and moved on. Now that you actually see it, it's far more obvious. And I do think that they should make that change. But just want everybody to know they're not, missing anything. Still a mess, but finally feeling a little bit better this morning. Same time change, messing with my head, though. What? Messing with my head, messing with my head, messing with my head. That's definitely what you were thinking. But okay, I'm glad you're feeling a little bit better. Glad you're feeling a little bit better. That is important. We like you to feel good. Yeah. I got way too many. See, I just talked about not catching references, and here I am singing like 90s and early 2000s songs. All right. Like the choice rewards a lot since I get to choose what I need as opposed to getting something I don't want. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely the benefit to it, right? That's definitely the benefit. All right, get these down here because we're about to hit wave 4. They're going to spawn right there in my face. That one's going to spawn about right there. Yep, there it is. There she is. Got to get them early. Got to get them early. All right, let's set the Q. There. Oh, you're starting to get a little hurt. And you. These 55 start punching a little bit. I don't think I'll be able to beat that 55. Maybe. I want to save the ship just in case. So we'll just queue it up with the Sompek. Sadly, I can't beam it either. It'd be nice if I could beam. But yeah. You're getting old. The old things are coming to you from humanity's history. Maybe Mihai. But I'll tell you what. I've enjoyed getting old with all of you. Y'all are all wonderful people to get old with. FYI. Playing video games we love. Loving Star Trek. Yeah, just having a good time. Who could complain? All right. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. And we should be able to get that one. Easy. All right, let's see. Can the North cut it? No, did not cut it. Try to reach it with that. And we'll set this queue. We just need to prevent 3 from getting through. As long as we prevent 3, we're good. And looks like we're good. Yep, we got it, ladies and gentlemen. 1's going to seep through, it seems. But I'll take that. A non-perfect run because the North cut just wasn't cutting it. We'll take that. GG's. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. Ironically, Crystal and Tread are what I need now. See, I'm trying to save up for the Enterprise, but I'll tell you what's helping the most with the mats for that. Your Revenant loop. I'm hoping everybody's doing their Revenant loop, but that's what's helping me the most is the Revenant loop. The fact that that's giving me so much G5 is, I mean, it's better than the Battle Pass. I'm not saying the Battle Pass isn't good. Get your choice rewards in. But man, that has been absolutely handy. Absolutely handy. Also, if you have unlocked Fleet Commander Lorca, remember he also has efficiency for your ship upgrades. I actually need to swap this back over to Explorer for doing, you know, what's coming up next. You have a lot of good stuff in here as well. I've been free to play for the past week or so. Well, welcome to the world of free to play. Welcome to the world of free to play. Yeah, welcome in. Welcome in. Good. But yeah, Revenant is great, and start working on that loop. That first scrap, if you're in G4, let me tell you, the G4 people I think are the ones who should be most excited. That G4 introduction is so huge. Here's why. You get the G5. Like that evolution, you get 10 tokens to turn in for 10 days of G5 as a upper G4 is insanely valuable. Like so good. So y'all are going to love it. Yes, you're just getting into it now, but you're going to love it. Your money back. Yep, I give you a money back guarantee on your free-to-play Revenant. You're going to love those materials. Looking forward to Evo 2 for G6 materials. Yeah, I'm not very close to that, but yeah, I do my Revenant pulls, but I don't do enough Revenant solos to double pull. I'm not quite there. However, also looking forward to that. That's just so far in the future for me in terms of like worrying about G6. I'm good for that. I'm good for now. But yeah, that is definitely something to look at in the future. By the way, how's your leaderboard this week? Oh yeah, mine's insane. That's why I was actually talking about going G6. I'm not G6, going 60 today, like this weekend. And I was watching the leaderboard, and that's just not happening. I'm going to shoot for next weekend and see how that goes. And by the way, y'all, I was talking about Eviscerator parts and G4 parts. Still pulling G4 here with my Gorn Eviscerator at tier 8, which helps with these loops as well. Now, obviously, I get way more from jelly scrapping, but still, more is more. As we always like to say on this stream, more is more. So whatever you can get it. Whatever you can get it. All right, happy Anon Phenom Sunday. Yeah, it is Sugar Fat, man. Thanks for the reminder. We did it on the low-level account, but I need to actually do it on this account. You do it on here. Let's see what we get. Faction credits. Yay, there we go. 2,200, some speed ups. A little bit of epic. Not an insane amount, but a little bit of epic. We'll take it. All right, get down here. Pull this in and see. What? Streamer RNG? What? All right, I've only got one epic left to pull, but I think that just bought it. Gosh. What? That's like a 0.1% chance to pull that. That's insane. Okay, I only got one epic left, and it's this one. But that just gave me 10 days of pulls. I actually might pay for it. That actually might be what I need to finish it off. Wow, what a day. Today's a great day. You ever just wake up and go, man, it's just a good day. Today's a good day. Look at that. Today's a good day. Look at just a happy day. All righty. All right, get some more 5-star parts in. Hopefully get some 5-star rares in these pulls for the Rotaran. Nope, not for the Rotaran. I really need a G4 scrapping loop that like my ISS Jelly, but for interceptors. Yeah, we'll work on that. Now, I am going to, like I said before, earlier in the stream, I'm going to do individual videos about scrapping certain things for taking advantage with your G5 ships, certain G4s. Generally speaking, G4 is not a great scrap mechanic, but I will be doing a video about specific ones like the Enterprise A and maybe even the Pylum. So, I guess it could break down to me going through and listing, hey, here's what you get for everything. Here's where the value is. If y'all really want to, we'll see. Depends on what the players want. I try to do content y'all are asking. Is it worth scrapping the Enterprise at 46? I mean, yes, it is. It's annoying because you got, I don't know about you, but you have that heartstrings tugging on you, and it's tough because she's your Enterprise. But yeah, I mean, scrapping the level 34 ships is generally recommended. And then you just build another one, and you do the same thing until you stop needing to do that. Yes. All right, I got to do all these things. Oh, my Lanta. All right, well, let's first and foremost, we'll get the... We'll actually do it with the board cube. We'll do it with the board cube. We'll do a 2-for-1. We'll get Nama's Phenomenon done, and at the very same time, we're going to get board cubing. What I'm going to do, send it up here. Jump. That'll give me my Anom Phenom, and I will start spamming these Madas. I'll even use this crew. Who heckin' cares? I'll use this crew. Sure. Why not? I'm going to one-shot these Armadas. Then I'm going to beam these. We're going to jump from system to system. There's an Explorer event today. Well, I'll get that with my NSEA grinding. NSEA grinding in mirror space. So Sundays, I'm almost bound to do rep. So bound to do rep. I just kind of have to, right? Kind of have to. See how 100%. Then I think it's the 57s I one shot. I know I can do the 56. I think I can do the 57s. I don't remember. Go look at what the whole health is. I know I can do this with them. Let's just do that one. Bam. One shotter. Get out of here. Get out of here. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So anyway, if y'all have never done this, once you get your cube up a little bit in G5, this is what a lot of people do. Just solo the Armadas, instant charge your beam, and beam something. Very common. Very common. Yeah, Lars, I'm lucky. I agree with you. Now, the irony of that would have been if I would have made that pull after already have gotten all 3 epics. Thankfully, I don't have all 3 yet. Yeah, 56 are the ones I can one-shot. But that's fine. We got directives aplenty. Use that method with the PC and Vindicator on Thursdays. Makes sense. Makes sense. I have so many solo directives. I don't worry about it. You gotta remember, for what, 2 years now, I've been full pulling my Bajor directives. You know, it's been a mechanic that I've been heavily invested in. So I have so many directives saved up. You think they'll add more things that you can claim those epic artifact fragments? Probably at some point, Daggeroth. I don't have an ETA of when, but do I think it'll happen? Yeah, I think it'll happen. Couldn't tell you when, but no, I do think it'll happen. Like 33,000 or 32,000 epics saved up. I had like 60,000 rares. So it just becomes very useful. I get my PP hunt. How did I not finish that already? How did the wave not finish that out? Is it a good strategy to save up your Revenant tokens until you get to G5 if you're level 50 and don't need G4 materials? I mean, I'd honestly say no, because you do need G4 materials, right? You're still going to want to scrap ships and things. And for that, you're going to need those mats. I would say take advantage of your pulls now. Just enjoy the pulls. Yeah, I would still use them. I'd still pull. I'd still pull. Now, I would not be pulling like the big one, like the 5, but I'd still pull. All right, let's do Continuum. Single chest. I gotta do more solos. That's the last single chest I had. And we'll do, hey, Temporal Conduit full pull. Ah, no, that late. But I was like, hey, if I'm going to push my luck, why not get a Temporal Conduit full pull? Cube now your strongest battleship? Yeah, technically. Yeah. Cube is my strongest battleship. Now, a Crozier would be stronger. Oh, I got to go mining? Oh, no. That's a bummer. That's a real bum. All right. Well, it's going to happen, I guess. Dokie. Well, yep. I just really offset that good mood I was in. Gotta go mining. Anyway. Yeah, it is my strongest battleship right now. Hey, John. Welcome in. Good to see you. Those directions are nice during the Alliance tournaments. 8K and 10K events for killing those Dom rare solos. Yep. You see, I've earned 4,800 currency so far. I'll just keep running it through this gauntlet. As long as I can do single pulls. Because remember, I upgrade so slow as a player. I would say I upgrade slow, but I don't upgrade super fast. Because of my progression not being super fast, I never really run into a lot of locks with my cube. So I don't feel the need to triple it or anything. Now, if you're playing from behind, you might have to do that. Sure, criteria to go from 56 to 60, being able to build the epics. My main criteria. If you're talking about like strength, being able to do the continuum solos with your Revenant, being able to do your silent hostiles, and being able to do the new solos with the Crenum. Probably my hostile strat. Now, I've been able to do the 56 Crenums since 53. Right? So for me, because of the way that I play, overall power is not a problem. I'm fine on that. I'm definitely not struggling for power. For me, it's mats and stuff. Now, for a lot of players out there, power is going to be the issue. So measure it based on stuff like that. Can you do the Crenum solos? Specifically, can you do the Crenum above, like where you're going to? I hate reaching a level and not being able to do the content. So, general idea for power, if you're 56, you probably want to be around where I'm at. 350 million. In terms of where that ranks, to be very clear, I'm not one of the top 56s in the game. So the only reason I'm moving up quicker is because I just want to get the epics. I'll be sitting at 60 for a long time. But I am currently the 41st strongest level 56 in the game. There's 40 people who are stronger than me in the game at my level. Now, I'm the strongest on my server, which that might be a measuring tool that you use. Oh, I'm sorry. Which is stronger than me? There's one person stronger than me on my server, and they're 20 million stronger. So this kind of depends on what you value. But I would say, power-wise, if you just want me to throw you a number, 350. Primo says they're only 268. So that means you got room to grow. I would assume at 268, you're probably not dominating the Crenum entities, right? I thought I'm calling you out. You're not a bad player. But it's all about setting milestones. I talk about this all the time. The biggest thing in this game and about camping is not about a certain amount of time you spend. It's about how effective you are and how many milestones of yours that you've reached. That's the key. And if you've reached your milestones, then you're Gucci and you're good to go. You're good to go. So you're 1 million away from the billion power club. That's awesome, Matt. Congrats. Emmy, good to see you. Welcome here. You think they'll do bold to go events anytime soon? We'll have to wait and see, Donald. Have to wait and see on that one. All right, where's that 58 that we were beaming? Where'd it go? This one? No. About 58. Did it despawn again? Oh boy, oh boy. Despawning thing is getting kind of old. All right, we'll get one more in. Then we're going to start jumping around. Just me, or am I not getting more juice? I could have sworn we... Anyway, we'll see. You're lucky today? Apparently. Apparently, I'm real lucky today. Because at 58, I was beaming despawned. That's annoying. We better get this one before it despawns. I don't have flocks below decks. I don't have them below decks. There we go. All right, got my juice. Cool. All right, now we're going to bounce around systems. Actually go up here and get anomalous phenomenon done. You're at 142 million power, level 50. Is that good? It's solid. Here, we'll pull you up 50s. Strongest level 50 in the game is 193. So 140 puts you in the top, what, 300? Or 142? That would put you around, oh wow, that's kind of log jam. All right, it would put you around 425 out of 10,000. Is that good? Yeah, that's still good. Not good enough for me. Like, I would personally want to be higher, but again, you don't have to base things off what Rev does. Base things off what works for you. Personally, I'd want to be higher than that. I'd want to be higher than that. That's me. And again, I'm basing that on personal milestones. You got to set your own milestones of what you want to achieve and how strong you want to be. And if you feel like you're ready, that's cool. All right, there's not one way to play the game. There's many ways to play this game. Timmy says they're at 101 now. Camping at 49 to finish some research and outlaw away teams and Starship. Also working on getting Trilocked at 1 billion. That's awesome, dude. And see, just like Hemi's doing, Having specific goals. Specific goals. That's the key. As long as you got those specific goals and you're hitting them, doing good. All right, I think I need to do one more to finish Anom Phenom. What's the biggest impact to research or impact to strength? Research is one of them, but it depends on what level you are. For example, let's say that you're leveling up and there's a requirement. Let's just say you're going to 53 and you're making a jump from 50 to 53. Most of the power going from 50 to 53 is going to be from the guns you upgrade, like the defense guns on your base. But generally speaking, there's more research, so research has a bigger impact. Also, remember that your ships have an impact on your overall power as well. So, like when we use on STFC statistics, Chronos here, he can talk about it. But when we use STFC statistics, what we're looking at is we're doing what do you look like with your best loadout, best ships, everything on deck, right? So for me, that would be not having the Titan or replacing the Titan with a stronger ship. So a lot of things play into power, the overall power. In terms of what adds up over time the most, all the researches, yes, have a huge impact, but also the station guns, probably the singular item that pumps it up the most. Station guns pump it up a lot. Pump up the jam, pump it up. Any thoughts on Kate Mulgrew announcement that she's in talks to reprise Janeway in live action? Nope. Pray that they give way better writing the second go around because, well, I guess now the third go around because she was in Prodigy. First go around Voyager, in my opinion, is really poorly written Trek. So I hope they give her better writing if that ends up being the case. Ultimately, the goal is getting the Tribune once they get to 50, and I love that goal, Hemi. The Tribune is a fantastic ship, so much fun, and you can do so many things with it, which I think people would really appreciate because so many things in this game are one-dimensional. Nice that you can do multiple things with that ship. Good to see you as well, Valhalla. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right, let's see. I need to actually do some of these claims. No, I want this. Gotta get that unlocked. Also want this for the future. And for PvP, I want this. Go ahead and claim that. I don't actually know how close I am to unlocking that. I need to go check. I want that. Want these. From 54 to 56 last night. Sanctus tier 5, Sompek tier 4. Awesome, Tular. That is awesome, dude. Congrats. Congrats on your upward mobility. And let's see, anything in here? I need to actually do this trade. That one. Get more of those Section 31 credits. I can get more of the stuff. And this is something I have not messed with enough. I was kind of ignoring it. No Dolomite? I'll go back and get the Dolomite. Do you put priority on those artifacts or saving for the market unlocks for the new solo credit spends? Artifacts. Artifacts. I like the artifacts. Efficiency stuff, man. I like efficiency. How was the grind to get the Tribune? For me, it was pretty easy. You don't grind it in systems, but you just grind faction credits, which you can grind in the mirror systems. And then obviously you can get them from your Voyager summoning of cubes with the messages. Credits, though. Credits and away teams if you want to do away teams. Farming Sigma speed ups. Nice, John. Hope you're having fun. All right, ship ability. Tetrion's fine. That's fine, I guess. That in. Ship parts. Do I want to pull it? I guess I do. Let's see what we get. Whatever. All right. Don't need the mats. And I'm sure I need some of these, but I'll wait till later to check. Check Bajoran since we're doing this. Check this out. Multiple ways to play the game. You can chase ops or camp it to your top 3 on top 10. Whatever you find most fun. Exactly what Sugar Fat Man said. What that guy said is semi-smart. Yep. Very semi-smart. Best ship text to up damage per round on your ships. What's going to be the weapons on your ships? It's going to be the weapons. What specifically do you mean? I mean, critical builds are going to magnify your damage. ISO is going to magnify your damage. Cascade is going to magnify your damage. There's a lot of outside modifiers, but on the ships themselves, it's going to be the weapons. Because everything breaks down to the very beginning of the min-max damage of a weapon. So you can only be as strong as your weapons are. Now, there are a ton of modifiers you can add, but the min-max of a weapon is the starting point. So if your min-max is 10,000, 13,000, then you can only get inside a certain range once you add in 5,000% of buffs. Right? So if you upgrade that weapon and it now goes from 10, 13 to 12, 16, then you greatly magnify the true damage you're going to put out on the field. So upgrading the base weapons damage, which not many things actually change the base weapons damage, is one of the best ways to do that, and that comes at leveling your ships. So I can give a visual of that in a second. Let me hit all these boxes before I forget about them. Yeah, we'll do a big box. We'll do a big box. Oh, look, we got some 5-star rares. I like that. That makes me happy. Now remember, save the rare box. This is something that you want to save for when Alliance tournaments is coming around, because this is a free 10K task. It's FYI, don't forget that. Obviously, I don't have an Alliance tournament starting like tomorrow or anything, but future reference, it's always good to remind the players of where those are. So here, let's go. Actually, you know what we can do? We can use ISS jellies to educate. What? Using ISS jellies as education tools? What? Crazy. So to give you an example of what I'm saying, here's a tier 1 jelly weapon. You hit this button right here, minimum damage 6173. So remember, damage calculation in the game is just a long, exasperated, really ridiculous mathematical formula. It used to be much simpler. Now it's not. But you're going to calculate damage based on min-max. So your hits are going to roll a die, and you're going to hit somewhere in that range. So I rolled a 17. You're going to hit somewhere in that range of the min and the max, right? Then you're going to add in all the percentages. Okay, what's that damage going to be? So that's going to be like your officer bonus on your ship, any officer abilities that might impact it, research, etc. And we're magnifying that off whatever your roll was on your min-max, right? So we roll for damage, we get the number, in this case, 7,000. Then we apply our percentages, and then you have other modifiers like critical multiplies it by whatever your critical damage is. Hull breach, if active, is another 1.5 multiplier. Then you got ISO, which is taking your damage and make it into a mythical form of special damage. You got Cascade, which is just criticals for ISO. Anyway, the base starts here. So, min-max weapon. Now compare that to a maxed ISS Jellies weapon. 14.7. So we went from 6.7 to 14.17. Yep. Drastic change, right? That's how you're getting the most bang for your buck. You're actually increasing the base number of your damage. So the simplest way to make your ship stronger is to tier it up, because that will apply to everything. That will improve your ISO. That'll improve your crits. It'll improve all the things will be made better because the base actually went up. So that, in the purest form, is the easiest way to get more damage out. It's going to be your DPR right there. Now, there are limitations, like, an ISS Jelly is just never going to put out the damage that a Velox does with G6 ship. But in terms of, small scale happening right now, what you can do as a player, just one weapon upgrade can drastically improve the amount of damage you're doing based on what ship it is and, how you're able to modify all the other researches post that upgrade. Those numbers would be higher if you had the ship XP on it. Ship XP improves hull. So there's my hull health. There's my hull health. But if I upgrade this thing, that hull health is going to shoot through the roof. Yeah. So a lot of your hull health on a ship comes from this right here, the level. So yes, it does improve. Like if you upgrade your armor, that improves it. The main thing that gives ships their hull health are the officer XPs. Now, or ship XP, which gives you more officer slots as well. Now, to add to this, what you're also getting from upgrading armor and shield are these defensive stats. And this is where the battle triangle plays in. So how that works is when you get into a battle, let's just say you're on an ISS Jelly going against an explorer. So that means the explorer's main is dodge, right? And you have more accuracy. So how it works in the triangle is not only do you have more of the opponent, it's also weighted differently in the formula itself. So you'll have I think it's a 0.5 value for a primary stat and 0.3 for a secondary stat. I have to go look it up again to make sure. But in the triangle, not only do you have more of accuracy versus dodge, you also have a higher weighting when it calculates mitigation. So that's the purpose of these stats: accuracy, shield piercing, armor piercing, is to calculate the mitigation. So if you have a higher number and that number is weighted higher, then you're going to drop your opponent's mitigation. That's where the battle triangle comes in. So that's what these weapons are doing a lot of, is improving your dodge and improving your shield health and your shield deflection. So it's improving your mitigation numbers. And then your hull health is mostly coming from this. So you can get hull health from upgrading, your armors. You get 360,000. Look, that's such a small amount, right? 326,000 hull health is not a lot when you have 45 million. But if we upgrade this, we'll get a lot more. I guess for the sake of science, here, I'll show you. Just start upgrading. See how it's going up already? 46, it's going to go to 47. I don't know what it maxes out at. I don't remember. There's 47. We've gone up 10 levels. We went up 2 million hull health. That's significantly more than that one part gave me. We'll start running out of XP here in a second. Now we're at 48. Now we're, screw it. We'll do it for science, just for y'all to see it. Just for y'all to see. We're at 49. Oh, we're going to blow through so much platinum. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. For science and because I love my community. Just hit 50 million. Hey, this is so much fun. And the higher you go up in here, the better the returns also end up being. See the whole health numbers going up right here? 200,000 at a time. 51, and it just keeps getting bigger each time you do it. And again, other things will magnify your whole health. Research you have, stuff like that. So I'm 40 out of 60 now. I'm at 52 million. That's significantly more than I was getting from just upgrading the armor. So there's your lesson so that y'all don't have to do any of this math and y'all can see how it works. That's why you come to streams. Yay, math. Math. Ooh. There you go. There you go. Honestly, screw it. I've already gone this far. Blow it, and we're going to go immediately to scrapping this thing. We're going to go immediately to scrapping. Screw it. This will go. Why not? We're already there. When in doubt, get rid of everything. This is what FOMO is, by the way. If you ever want to see FOMO in action for Rev, here's FOMO. Blow through like 5 million Latinum for no reason. Mr. Red TV, good to see you. Mariner below decks add to your base weapons damage. Mariner adds to your modifiers. So the best way I've always tried to describe it is take your officer bonus, add Mariner to it. Yes, that bonus is multiplying off the base, but it's not improving the base. Like, you're not taking 5,000, have Mariner, 10,000. All right, there we go. We went to 56. We blew through way too much Latinum, and I'm actually really sad about that, but oh well. Good news is we can scrap this. The key is, Sugar Fat Man, the reason that upgrading your weapon still matters is there's almost nothing in the game that actually improves the base. There are things, but there's almost nothing. For example, 6 of 11, the Armada officer, the reason 6 of 11 has been so OP for so long is because he actually improves your base piercing stats. Very rare. Very rare for that to actually happen. But all these things I can scrap. Right here, we're going to scrap. Look what we get. Keep in mind, it does not cost me to do this anymore. Like, I'm getting significantly more than I pay. Scrap this. 4 days, I'll have that done. Well, less than that after the helps. Good stuff. Yeah, that's for the Latinum. You know what? It's for science. And it helps y'all, so it helps y'all. It helps y'all. Energy and kinetic weapon artifacts, adding to the percentages already existing. So again, you're just adding that in to Mariner and Officer. All right, our particles. We'll come over here and upgrade this for more now irrelevant Apex barrier, which is really nice. More mid stats, which again doesn't really matter now for PvP. And crit reduction is nice though. Good evening, Chris. Good to see you. I see the loop in action. Yeah, it is. It's good to understand the game, right? I don't expect everybody here to be full math nerd and sit there and go through spreadsheets and calculators, but it is still good to know the basics of how things work and why in our little nerdy game. Now, you don't have to have the full deets, but it is still good to understand the basics. So, independent archive. All right, let's see. Let's do, yeah, more Nova Squadron. More Nova Squadron is going to be more shield health, but more importantly, more research. More research. Good stuff. I did not expect to. Yeah, one thing I like about streams is I never really know where it's going. The direction is always open. I like that about streams. You can go all kinds of places and learn all kinds of things together. It's like one of those kids' TV shows. All right. Menu credits, nice. Oh, 1 hour speed up. Well, let me go run more of those Armada. And then PvP chest, I don't even remember from where. Oh, that's when I went clearing that system for warships. Got it. Cool. I went OPC hunting. I forgot we did that a couple days ago. And we went OPC hunting. I got lots of goodies. All right, so let's do our away teams. Put all those just waiting. Hey, look, I got a D4 one. Yeah, I definitely want to do that. Absolutely. Crit success, 4,000 more faction credits. Officer training. Oh, I really was hoping I'd get a crit on that one too. But that's still good. More XP for me. That's good. There's a crit on lat, 30,000 lat, getting my lat back. And I will say that I'm definitely more willing to blow lat. Hey, there's that crit on that mission. Because, you know, just from away teams, it's not rare for me to get 50 to 100,000 a day in Latinum. So you do start to build a little bit more of a stockpile. Once you have all 12 Latinum missions maxed out for crit chances, you start getting a lot more Latinum. Quite nice. Quite nice. See what these two pay out. Salvage operation. No crits. Dang, those ship parts I really wanted. Away team is critting a lot too. Good. That's good. I mean, again, anything that we can do to make those numbers better. Oh, wow. I just had to say something positive. Scopely just said, screw you. No Latinum missions at all. Wow. I'm not talking positive about this game ever again. Yep. Not being facetious either. That's terrible. All right, let's go get Tomalak in here and health. Put up that. Get another 4,000. Go. Gosh. Not a single. There's 12 Latinum missions. For me to not get a single one, that's some wild Scopely hates Rev RNG right there. How do you max your away teams? Upgrading the traits. So, for example, Kang here. Warrior maxed out, and these traits. That increases your critical percentage. And once you max out that critical percentage, you get all the goodies. Now, some of them can't be maxed out at 100%. Some of them can only be maxed out like 70, like this one. But I mean, that's still a pretty good chance, and that's going to give me these speed ups. So, there's some good stuff in there. Oh, I don't really like many of these at all. I hate the 3-day ones. Oh, my Lanta. Oof, not talking positive about Scopely ever again. All right, well, there we go. That's a bummer. All right, let's go do our freebooters real quick. Because dailies. So 5-star ship. Yeah, I'm waiting for them to add 5-star ships. Seems like that's taking forever, but hopefully they add 5-star ships in the future. Can you ask the overlords if they can change the amount of pulls you can do by using the amount we have in credits instead of just one a day for like 2 shards? I already know the answer to that, Ron. So yeah. But I see FC Con come in the future. I would also love to see that. My pulls on traits are low. Anything I can do? There are events that come around every now and then that pay out traits. Doing your traits every day. So like if you do your away teams every day, you get trait XP. And then also there's a mission that comes around that I just did twice. You can crit on, which will give you the away team currency, but it pays out just regular trait XP. Those are the 3 main ways. Oh yeah, and Dominion solos. Thank you, Infinity. You also have, it's the uncommon box. Yeah, right here. So pulling, triple pulling, I'm sorry, quad pulling this. It's a triple pull, but it's 4 rolls. Do 4 rolls, so that would give you, what, 17,200? If you get a full pull of this, every time you pull it, it's 17,200, right? Yeah, should be right. So there's you another way to get as much as you can when you can. You attack. All these fancy faces in here. Yeah, but Jordan is, again, how did I end up with so many? Like I've been saying, or I said earlier in the stream, I've been full pulling Bajor boxes for like 2 years now. So I just have oobles and goobles of stuff from that. That has been probably the biggest way I've gotten most of my away team stuff done is from that. So much so that I even forgot where do I get it all? Bajor. All right, so I got freebooters done. Come in here, got hostile hunt done. And now we can go do a chest pull and get more Keysner shards that I don't need anymore. Go. Hey. Here we go. And good job on everybody helping out in the chat. Good of y'all to be so kind to everybody. We have such an amazing community in this game. Really do. All right, recall. Yep, don't care. Good. One of the best hoarders in the game. Am I, though? Am I one of the best hoarders? I've been really trying to break that habit of mine. Right? I really am trying to break that habit. Also, opportunity. Since I actually just pulled those. Reminder. This doesn't exist. If you come asking Rev, hey Rev, where's Exocomp Factory Key 2? It don't exist. That's a placeholder. So you could do like I do and you just stop pulling these. Or you can pull them and just say, hey, I want to have an abundance of Axionic servos for when it does release. But that is just a placeholder. There is no Factory Key 2. It does not exist. I don't know if it ever will exist. This building stops at 51. Can't go higher. No idea if they plan on changing that. Apart from Great Eye, which other temporal is worth getting at 39? Stone. Syndicate XP. Syndicate XP is super valuable, man. And I am 1 pull away from going to 46. 1 pull away. Just for your next Overlord chat, they should convert old event credits. Yeah, that's been said. Lars, you don't have to even bring that up. That's been said so many times. So many times. So many times. I promise you, it's not like nobody's ever thought of it. I'm not saying you're wrong for bringing it up. I'm just saying we've said that ad nauseum to them, and we have no idea if they will do that. I agree with you. But it gets brought up a lot. Yep. You get that now from the DTI store? Get what, Daggeroth? Beating an old dead donkey? Basically. I mean, that doesn't mean that you don't beat the old dead donkey, right? I mean, players deserve to have that. But we've yet to get them to do it. I hope one day it happens. It'd be a nice quality of life update, that's for sure. Oh, Syndicate XP, yeah. Yeah. You can indeed. I get Syndicate XP from a lot of places now. I still do my Mantis pulls. I did the free researches, so like my daily pulls give a ton. Obviously, I pull this one up here. And you do have new factions that give out XP. Oh, I got to pull that. Get that in. And then you have these, which I have not pulled. But how about we go ahead and do that? I have plenty of this coin. Go ahead and hit the 46 today. Look at that. Flame. I love it. Got a full felon and then officer stats. You have Lorca skill for artifact selected. So I'll pull up my Lorca since you want to bring up my Lorca. Here you go. There's my Lorca. I could upgrade it, but yep. There you go. That's what I'm currently running on my Lorca. Can you do a video on effectively pulling each box type? I mean, I guess I could. Place the old dead donkey next to the new dead donkey and beat them both together. I am still beating. I mean, speaking to Lars about dead donkeys we're beating, I'm definitely still beating the Galactic Invasion 2 times a month donkey. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm beating that donkey bad. Or I feel bad for it. I'm beating it so bad, but here we are. All right, y'all. Look, we are right at time. I got to wrap up, and I hear my kids outside the door. So, if you need me, if you love me, hit me up. And yeah, fist only level 1. I don't use the fist very often. Hit me up. Also, a reminder for those who are watching, one thing I'm trying to get back together is I'm trying to play more games with people that aren't just STFC. So if you're out there and you're interested in the game called Rust, hit me up. I got a server that I'm playing on if you want to join me and my wife. Love y'all and appreciate y'all. Live long and plunder. Stay safe with our Space Cowboys. Deuces. That's me. Catch you on the next one. Thank y'all so much for being part of my community. I love you. Appreciate you. Like the video on your way out. See you tomorrow.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.